சுவரத்தின் போது மட்டும்தான் கண்ணீர் வரும் என யார் சொன்னது? இது நான் சிரிக்கிறேன் ஆனால் கண்ணீர் வரவில்லை. இது ஆனந்தத்தை. He's a very chill co-actor. You know, it's very easy to work with him. He gives you his space. He respects you as a co-actor, and he'll also put in his viewpoints for Kumari. We were all like having that healthy competition. We were like, we have to do better.
Commentary Mari.
but yeah, that love is there as co-actors.
Kaantha illama avarude filmography la if you have to pick one film that's so close to your heart.
I think his Sita Ramam was also beautiful. Yeah.
It's like almost everybody's favorite.
Yeah, he was like a proper lover boy in that film.
So if you have to ask a question to actor Vijay sir, what would that be?
I love his dance style. So I'm like, how does that aura come in? How do you bring in that style? Yeah. What's his diet? Probably because his physique is like great. So yeah.
Crush illa appadina then you don't have a great image on love. Should we take it that way?
Crush is different and love is different, no? Love is something you have personally with somebody, and crush is something you look up to somebody or like something about somebody. So, but I like to look up to a lot of people instead of one person because I think that gives me the time to learn faster, observe faster. I think I'm a big believer in God, and for me it's always been like I'll sit down with God and be like, what are you doing? What is your plan? Tell me. You know, so because when failures come, I'm like, what are you trying to do? Tell me. Trying to understand what's happening in life, and the only thing I get up with is he knows the best for me.
Mritu towels from Ramraj, premium cotton and bamboo towels, super soft, super absorbent.
உங்கள் தங்க நகையை விற்று உடனடி பணம் பெற மேக்ஸ் கோல்ட் கால் 04445454545.
மிஸ்டர் கோல்ட் சன்ஃப்ளவர் ஆயில், அளவிலும் தரத்திலும் நோ காம்ப்ரமைஸ்.
நேத்து நான் வந்து இந்த போஸ்ட் ஃபிலிம் கான்வர்சேஷனாக இருக்க போகுது அப்படிங்கிறனால வாட்ச் த ஃபிலிம் அண்ட் ஐ ஷுட் சே இட் ரியலி டென்ட் ஃபீல் லைக் யூர் டெபியூ. நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி ஆஃப் ஸ்க்ரீன் சொன்னதான் எப்போவும் சொல்கிறேன், இட்ஸ் நாட் ஃபார் த கேமரா, இட்ஸ் நாட் ஃபார் த கான்வர்சேஷன். அவ்வளோ அழகாக நடிச்சிருந்தீங்க. நிறைய காட்சிகளில் ஐ ரியலி ஃபெல்ட் இந்த படம் உங்களுக்கு நிறைய விருதுகளை கொடுக்க போகுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ ஹவ் இஸ் இட் ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் தமிழ் ஆடியன்ஸ் அண்ட் ஹவ் இஸ் இட் ஃபீலிங் ஃபார் யூ?
It's too good. I mean, it feels so beautiful because I mean, you know, I'm doing theatre visits and after the film, they're all clapping and getting up. I'm seeing them. I'm saying hi to them, and the only thing they are like, "Romba nalla nadikire," and it makes you feel so good for all the hard work that you put in. So I think I'm getting so many messages also saying that I was crying in the film. I'm watching it 2 times. I'm watching it 3 times. I'm like, oh, that is what I wanted, you know, and it's finally happening. So it feels so good.
ரைட். எனக்கு என்னன்னா இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஹாஃப் ஆஃப் த ஃபிலிம் வந்து இது டிகே மகாதேவோடைய கதை அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி இருந்தது. பட் when I left the theatre, it really felt ரொம்ப ஹெவியாக இருந்தது. ஐ ஃபெல்ட் குமாரி இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் உயிரோடு இருந்திருக்கலாமே அப்படின்னு இந்த சாரி இது ஒரு ஸ்பாய்லர், படம் பார்த்துட்டு இந்த இன்டர்வியூ பாருங்கள். பட் ஆனால் எனக்கு அப்படி தான் ஃபீல் ஆச்சு. அந்தளவுக்கு உங்களுடைய பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் இருந்தது. டியூரிங் த ப்ரொமோஷன்ஸ் ஆஃப் திஸ் ஃபிலிம் நிறைய இடங்களில் நீங்களே மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருந்தீங்க ராணா தகபதி wasn't sure of your casting அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ could you just take us through the funny off-screen side of the film?
No, I mean, it's not that he wasn't sure of the casting. It's just that I entered actually this office itself where my look test happened, and I entered in a Western outfit.
Oh.
And you, now that you've seen the film, you know, you can't distinguish how will that happen. So that was his doubt. But I think when I wore the costume and came out, and of course we did the look test, we did the dialogues, he was very impressed and he was very proud. So I think he's that number one supporter who was like, this is our Kumari, other than Selvaiya.
After watching the film, what was his instant response? What did he share to you?
He just told me that you're going to go really far. And I think coming from him, who's so experienced, who's been here, you know, all these years, it felt good that, okay, what I'm doing is, I think it's good. It's right.
பியூட்டிஃபுல். இந்த படத்தில் இன்னொரு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து உங்களுக்கும் துல்கருக்கும் இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த கெமிஸ்ட்ரி அண்ட் அந்த இறுதி காட்சிகள்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது ரொம்ப அழகாக இருந்தது. ஐ ரியலி வாண்ட் டு நோ யுவர் ஆஃப் ஸ்க்ரீன் பாண்ட் வித் துல்கர். ஹவ் இஸ் இட் ஃபார் யூ டு ஒர்க் வித் ஹிம்?
He's a very chill co-actor. You know, it's very easy to work with him. He gives you his space. He respects you as a co-actor, and he'll also put in his viewpoints for Kumari. So it's like we were all working together for this one film. never felt like I'm a newcomer around them. They gave me the same respect, they gave me the same place as them. We were all like friends because I know them since quite some time now. So yeah, it was very well, and seeing him act was even a bigger treat for me on set. So it was like a healthy competition, you know. Now that you've seen the film, I can talk about it. I went and performed one scene, and he was actually feeling like TKM behind the scenes. So he was like, I'm also going to go and perform. So I think we were all like having that healthy competition. We were like, we have to do better.
Tom and Jerry
better. but yeah, that love is there as co-actors.
How do you motivate yourself? பார்க்கும்போது ரொம்ப ஆப்டிமிஸ்டிக்காக பேசுறீங்க, பட் நிறைய இடங்கள்ல வந்து நம்ம எவ்வளோ தூரம் பாசிட்டிவாக இருந்தாலும் அந்த பாசிட்டிவிட்டி கேரி பண்ணுறதுல ஒரு பெரிய சேலஞ்ச் இருக்கும். த்ரூ ஆல் த டிஃபிகல்ட்டிஸ் தட் யூ பீன் த்ரூ, பிகாஸ் யூ ஹவ் ப்ரூவ்ட் யுவர் செல்ஃப் அலோன் இன் த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. ஸோ ஹவு டு யூ மோட்டிவேட் யுவர் செல்ஃப்?
I think I'm a big believer in God. And for me, it's always been like, I'll sit down with God and be like, what are you doing? What is your plan? Tell me. You know, so because when failures come, I'm like, what are you trying to do? Tell me. So it's like I'm always talking to God and trying to understand what's happening in life. And the only thing I get up with is He knows the best for me. He has planned the best for me. So
லெட்ஸ் கோ வித் தி ஃப்ளோ அந்த மாதிரி.
Yeah.
ஸோ காந்தா பொறுத்த அளவுக்கு நிறைய இடங்கள்ல வந்து ஐ திங்க் ஒரு ஃபேஸ் ஆஃப் மாதிரி இருந்தது. ஆஃப் தி ஸ்க்ரீன் நீங்கள் வந்து அது ஃபன்னாக பண்ணீங்கன்னு சொன்னீங்க, பட் ஆன் ஸ்க்ரீன் வந்து உடைய ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அறிமுகம் வித் ஹீரோ வச்சு வாஸ் லைக் ஃபேஸ் ஆஃப் இன் த சென்ஸ் நீங்கள் பயங்கரமாக பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணதை பார்த்து துர்கரே ஹி வாஸ் டேக்கன் பேக் அண்ட் அவர் இன்னும் நல்லா பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி அந்த கேரக்டர்ல இருந்திருக்கும். ஸோ உங்களுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணல எந்த சீன் ரொம்ப சேலஞ்சிங்காக இருந்தது? மேபி இந்த சீன் நான் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் கான்ஷியஸாக நிறைய எஃபர்ட் எடுத்தேன் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி ஏதாவது if you can share?
I mean, I wasn't really conscious in any of the scenes because I felt like it's such a playground to like just go and perform the scenes now, and we were all having fun, you know, doing this. There was it wasn't challenging, but we were like excited to do each and every scene. So there's not like one scene. Probably I can point out the slapping scene that where Kumari slaps TKM, and I was very conscious to like slap him at that point because I don't like, I mean, I've never hit anybody, so I think but for the performance sake we had to like go for it. But I think that scene is one of my favorites, and it was very interesting because that proved, I mean, that shows this competition between the both of them. So yeah,
அது ஒரு தடவைனா பரவாயில்ல, பலமுறை நீங்க வந்து அரைகிற மாதிரி ரீடேக் and then take 4 வந்து it'll be okay. பாருங்க அவ்வளவு தூரம் உன்னிப்பா நான் அந்த படம் பார்த்திருக்கேன். பட் எனிவேஸ் எனக்கு வந்து காந்தால வந்து நிறைய சீன்ஸ் வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஹாஃப்ல எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது. I wanted to hear from you, what is your favorite scene from the film?
Climax of Kumari.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a very challenging one, not only because of, you know, how much love she has to show, but now that you've seen the film, I can talk about it. Don't want to give spoilers, but there's one scene in the climax where she talks about TKM a certain way, and just 1 second later, she talks about him the complete opposite way. And both the ways you had to make it believe that she's talking the truth, you know. I think that was pretty challenging because when Selvaya came to me with the scene, I was like, okay, he was like, you have to make them believe that what you're saying is the truth. So when I sat and I think went with the flow, it just came out very, very beautiful. They were all very happy. I was like, thank God, because that scene was genuinely challenging because how to make you believe that I'm saying something at one point which is the truth, cut to the next second I'm saying the complete opposite, and that's also the truth.
Okay.
So
அது பண்றது வந்து
I think it's a very beautiful scene for Kumari.
Yeah, I think அது வந்து it was also a change for the climax. இல்லையா?
Yeah.
Now that இந்த film வந்து is a straight Tamil film and மற்ற languagesல வந்து they have just dubbed it. அப்படிங்கும்போது நீங்க வந்து தமிழ் படங்கள் வந்து எவ்வளவு தூரம் பார்த்திருக்கீங்க? How much you love Tamil language?
It's the first language I was introduced to other than the languages I knew. Like I of course I knew like, you know, Marathi, Hindi, English, but when I got the script, I came down here to Chennai and I was learning the dialogue. So Tamil was like the first language introduced to me, and Selvaya, my director, loves Tamil to the core. So I saw him I saw his love for Tamil language, and I was like, okay, this is beautiful. And I tried to learn the basics of Tamil other than the dialogues. In fact, the dialogues also were like so beautiful that I still like remember them, and it's very close to my heart.
ஏதாவது ஒரு
Yeah.
டைலாக் இஃப் யூ கேன் ஐ திங்க் ஐ வில் ப்ராபப்ளி ஹேவ் அ ஃபேன் கேர்ள் மொமெண்ட் ஆஃப்டர் வாட்சிங் த ஃபிலிம். நிறைய இடங்களில் எனக்கு டைலாக்ஸ் இந்த டைலாக் அந்த டைலாக்ல நல்லா இருக்கு அப்படிலாம் ஃபீல் ஆச்சு. ப்ராபப்ளி லைவாக பார்க்கும்போது இன்னும் ஐ கெட் அ ஹோல்சம் ஃபீலிங்.
Which one do you want?
ஒரு ஒரு இடத்துல வந்து ஐ திங்க் நீங்கள் துல்கரோட பேசும் அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சீன் ஐ மென்ஷன் இட் பிஃபோர்ல துல்கர் கூட இவ்வளோ தூரம் நடிப்பாங்களா அப்படின்னு பார்த்தாங்களா?
Yeah, yeah. துயரத்தின் போது மட்டும்தான் கண்ணீர் வரும் என யார் சொன்னது? இது நான் சிரிக்கிறேன் ஆனால் கண்ணீர் வருகிறது, இது ஆனந்தத்தின் ஊற்று. அது
இல்லை எனக்கு என்னன்னா தமிழ் தெரியாதுன்னு சொன்னீங்க, பட் உங்களுடைய ப்ரொனவுன்சியேஷன்லாம் ரொம்ப ப்ராப்பரா இருக்கு.
I tried dubbing for the film actually, so we got it like 90 somewhat percent correct, but same Tamil, no, so they wanted like 100%, so we got the dubbing artist and she did a great job, but I was happy that I tried, and because Kumari was very close to me, and also I feel like actors should like dub if they can for the film. So I think my goal is that I want to learn the language so I can dub for the next film.
ஓகே. ஸோ உங்களை தமிழுக்கு இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணக்கப்புறம் தமிழ் படங்கள் பார்க்க ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆக்டர்ஸ் பற்றி வாட் இஸ் யுவர் தாட்?
Of course, I watched a few of the Tamil films, but I think I admire Kamal Hassan sir so much, and I got a chance to like see him at the SIMA this year,
ஓகே.
and you know, it's I wouldn't say it's a fangirl moment, but you look at somebody and you admire them and you feel so good because his aura is so beautiful. He's so positive, and he went on stage and he was like, to all the newcomers, I'm competing with you all, and I was like, wow. It's so positive and so like, I don't know, sporty. He was like, I'm competing with you all, I'm coming for you all. I was like, okay, we need to like do better.
Okay, so let's say Kamal Hassan sir is your favorite then.
Yeah, he's one of the favorites, definitely.
Okay, right. So நிறைய பேசிட்டே இருக்கோம். We are going to get into a segment wherein I've been naming few of the actors you've worked with, and if you have to ask a question to them, what would that be அப்படின்னு நீங்க எனக்கு சொல்லணும். நீங்க வந்து ப்ராபப்ளி கேமரா பார்த்து அவங்க நினைச்சு கூட டைரக்டா கேட்கலாம். Okay, now that we're in the promotions of Kaantha, I would like to start with Dulquer sir itself.
Okay.
So if you have to ask a question to Dulquer sir, what would that be?
How do you have such good script selection skills? Yeah.
இந்த படம் இல்லாம அவருடைய ப்ரீவியஸ் படங்களே உங்களை ரொம்ப கவர்ந்த படம்னா எது சொல்றீங்க? Since you mentioned அவருடைய ஸ்கிரிப்ட் செலெக்ஷன் சூப்பர்பாக இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறதால காந்தா இல்லாம அவருடைய ஃபில்மோகிராஃபில இருந்து if you have to pick one film that's so close to your heart.
I think his Sita Ramam was also beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
That's like almost everybody's favorite.
Yeah, he was like a proper lover boy in that film.
Okay, let's talk about Rana Daggupati as well. So if you have to ask a question to him, என்ன கேட்பீங்க?
How do you do 100 things at one time? He's a multitasker. And I'm like, how do you do that? It's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, and உங்களுடைய favorite Kamal Hassan sir.
I have to ask him a question. Ayyo, how can you ask Kamal?
நல்லா யோசிச்சுக்கோங்க. ப்ராபப்ளி அடுத்து வரக்கூடிய படங்கள்ல you might get paired with Kamal sir as well. So அதுக்கான ஒரு காலிங்கா கூட இது இருக்கலாம்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். It's just manifest.
Nayagan, his film. I mean, what a film, you know. And I saw the film, and there's this like one scene in that film with the kids. Kuti kids are there, where one of the boys is acting like his dad, no? And I was like, what a scene. So I was just like, how do you do it? Like in every film that he does, I'm focusing on the character. You know, he just gets into that character so deeply. I'm not thinking about the legend Kamal Hassan sir. I'm thinking about that character, and I don't know how he does it.
So you want to ask him that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have to ask a question to actor Vijay sir, what would that be?
I love his dance style. So I was like, how does that aura come in? How do you bring in that style? Yeah.
Okay. If you have to ask a question to Vijay Deverakonda sir, then what would that be?
What's his diet? Probably because his physique is like great. So yeah, I think that.
Very nice, very well played. Ipo we are moving on to another segment, which is like a very common segment for all anchors. It's going to be rapid fire. I'm going to ask you some quick questions wherein you will give me some quick answers. So if you have to tell me one word that describes you, appadina, what would that be?
describes Bhagyashri, right? I think kind-hearted. Yeah.
அவ்வளோதான், as simple as
You
that.
said one word, no?
ஆமா. Okay, I'm giving you another chance. Kind-hearted இல்லாம if you have to say another word.
Performer.
Okay. So a movie that you wish you were in.
Nayagan. I know, like it's during that time, but I wish I was in that film.
It was so unexpected. நான் வந்து I was just looking for films that got released கொஞ்சம் ரீசெண்டா, but that was like out of the box.
Yeah.
Okay. So இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து 100 crores pay பண்ணா கூட இந்த மாதிரி ரோல் நான் பண்ண மாட்டேன், probably இந்த மாதிரி கேரக்டர்ஸ் நான் ப்ளே பண்ண மாட்டேன், because I feel that I wouldn't fit in, or maybe that's not my type அப்படின்னு நீங்க சொல்லக்கூடியது.
I mean, I think my script selection now is just based on, you know, how beautiful the story is and if it's touching my heart, because I don't like thinking too much. After listening to the script, if it's touching my heart, avloda. And secondly, how important is the female character for the film? So if I take her out from the script, though, does the story still go on? And that answers my 2 questions of script selection. So I just look at it very simply like that.
ஓகே. ஸோ இப்போ வந்து பாக்யஸ்ரீ அவர்கள் வந்து ஹேஸ் பிகம் அ க்ரஷ் ஃபார் எவ்ரிபடி. ஆனால் பாக்யஸ்ரீ அவர்களுக்கு இஃப் யூ ஹேவ் டு மென்ஷன் அ செலிபிரிட்டி க்ரஷ் தட் யூ பீன் க்ரஷிங் ஃபார் ஸோ லாங், ப்ராப்ளி ரீசெண்டாக ஐ வாட்ச் திஸ் ஃபிலிம் ஆர் மேபி ஐ சா ஹிம் அண்ட் ஐ ரியலி லைக் ஹிம் அப்படின்னு யாராவது இருந்தா?
I don't have a celebrity crush, sorry.
What are you saying? Probably in cinemaவே வேண்டாம். Other fields, are you a sports person?
Yeah, I am. I am. But I mean, I don't believe in having a crush because I look up to everybody's great qualities and try to like take it all from them and learn all from them. So I'm like that from childhood only.
ஓகே. க்ரஷ்ஷே இல்லைன்னா இப்போ லவ்வுக்கு வாய்ப்பே இல்லை போலியே.
No one.
Crush இல்லை அப்படின்னா then you don't have a great image on love. Should we take it that way?
Crush is different and love is different, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, crush. I mean, love is something you have personally with somebody, and crush is something you look up to somebody or like something about somebody. So, but I like to look up to a lot of people instead of one person because I think that gives me the time to learn faster, observe faster. So, yeah.
More than becoming the heroine, the script should be the heroine அப்படி சொல்லுவாங்க. So they say கதாநாயகி இல்லை கதையின் நாயகி. And I wish that we get to see a lot of films like that, and I really look forward to that as well. So congratulations and all the best.
Thank you so much.
We are looking forward to watching you in a lot of films, and all the best. I had a great time talking to you. Thank you very much, and congratulations as well. Thank you.
Mritu towels from Ramraj, premium cotton and bamboo towels. Super soft, super absorbent.
உங்கள் தங்க நகையை விற்று உடனடி பணம் பெற மேக்ஸ் கோல்ட் கால் 04445454545.
Mr. Gold Sunflower Oil. அளவிலும் தரத்திலும் no compromise.